Ryan's world is quite literally burning down. Not only are his parents being exposed by the entire internet for exploiting their child from the age of 3, but it's also just been revealed to the public that the Ryan's World movie made a total loss of over $9 million, with the theaters being left completely empty.
You need us! She has a point.
But the downfall doesn't stop there, as not only did they lose tens of millions of dollars, the public also tore them apart. Just look at some of these reviews. This movie is the true definition of whatever pays the bills, another lazy attempt by Ryan's greedy parents to exploit and milk whatever's left of his internet presence. They threw over $10 million out the window for this movie just for it to not even crack $1 million in box office. LMAO. This was the worst movie of 2024. I mean, come on, there was no purpose for this movie to be made, released, or produced. $10M wasted here. This proves that Ryan's parents are using him just for freaking money. Let's see if they waste another $10M on a second movie. Bro, Ryan was look-smaxing the whole time and didn't even get any riz, bro. $10 million shoved down the toilet as he and Diddy. Oh wait, I don't think I'm just supposed to add that one in. I mean, it's just getting really sad at this point, because if you didn't know, Ryan is 13 right now and his parents are still forcing him to make these toy reaction videos. I mean, the dude's voice is literally getting deeper and is starting to grow a mustache, and that probably isn't the only place he's starting to grow hair. Of course, I'm talking about his armpits, aha!
Prized possession. I need to beef up the security so that the Red Titan comic book stops falling into the wrong hands. So I've hired a security guard to watch it 24/7.
Blood does not want to be there. Like, I mean, come on guys, his acting skills are actually half decent, but let's compare this to one of his videos when he was actually a kid, where it seemed like he legitimately wanted to be there and wasn't forced behind the camera by his parents like some sort of hostage situation.
Ryan,
What?
Ryan, I have a surprise for you.
What?
Look over here.
Whoa!
What do you see?
It's a giant lightning McQueen egg!
Yeah, it is. You want to open it?
Yeah!
Let's go.
I mean, it's just so cute to see a kid enjoy spending time with his family like that, isn't it? But guess what? It's been 10 years and he is still being forced to do this. And you might be wondering to yourself, well, why are they even forcing their own child to make these toy review videos at such a grown age? Well, it's of course all about that one thing the whole world desires, money.
But I remember being your age and just changing my mind every day in terms of what I wanted to be when I grew up. You know, I wanted to be an astronaut, then I wanted to be an NBA player. I'm curious, like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, I want to be like an animator. I think it's really fun to do because like the drawing and then like at the end you get to see the whole thing and see what you've like worked on the whole time.
I mean, it's just insane, isn't it? The little dude has barely started puberty and is already raking in billions. It's nuts. But what I think is hilarious is Ryan's reaction to this information, because it looked like he had completely no idea the amount of money he was making, which poses the question, what are Ryan's parents actually doing with all this money? Are they taking it all for themselves? Are they giving Ryan a fair share? Because to me, something seems fishy. How come they've made all these billions with the YouTube ad revenue money, sponsorships, their own toys and movies, yet they keep fiending for more? Now I think I've actually cracked the code for why Ryan's parents are still forcing him to act in these videos, and from what I've found, it's due to their past. Not only are they both Asian immigrants, but Ryan's mother was even once arrested and charged for stealing, meaning that throughout their lives that they've never had money, and it's probably something they have been dreaming for their entire life. So now that they finally achieved this self-made billionaire status, they can't stop themselves from wanting more and more.
In many ways, your family also represents the American dream. I mean, you guys immigrated here from Japan, Vietnam, met at Texas Tech, and created all of this. I'm curious, I mean, there's like people creating wealth, and I feel like you guys have created generational wealth.
Now let me roll you the clip of Ryan's mother's arrest being explained.
People have been looking into the family's past, and it turns out that Ryan's mother, Loan Guan, was arrested in 2002 for shoplifting. She was trying to steal around $93 worth of clothing from JCPenney at Alameda Mall in Houston, Texas. Loan was 18 at the time and attending the University of Houston. She faced 60 days in jail, and instead the judge gave her 6 months probation and a $150 fine. She was told that she had to complete 40 hours of community service and complete random drug tests. Pretty lenient. Problem is, Loan did not show up to her community service, she didn't report to her community advisor, nor did she pay for the fees. She was arrested again in 2003 for violating her parole and spent 30 days in jail.
I mean, it's quite clearly that this hunger for money may have started from when his parents were young. Think about it. They once were so desperate they had to steal. So now with this cash cow, that is Ryan, they are probably just trying to set up their family for generations so they never have to do what they did to survive.
999,998, 999,999, 1 million. Morning workout complete.
Yeah, it's quite clear he does not want to be doing these anymore. Listen, buddy, I think you're a little bit too old to be doing Ryan's toy reviews. It's time to level up to Ryan's adult toy reviews. All jokes aside though, serious mode activated. Recently, Ryan and his parents have been under a lot of scrutiny across social media as people are noticing that he is no longer enjoying unboxing toys and he looks really depressed in all his videos, which makes sense, he's entering prime high school years and probably gets bullied by everyone in his school for making these videos.
Your favorite color?
I want to see if your truth detector works.
Well, obviously. Watch out.
Is there a consequence?
It's gonna happen.
Goodbye, Ryan. What is that?
Uh-huh. That's why you cannot lie. Daddy, you're up.
What, I'm next? Oh, I'm nervous.
Go it.
Now look, I'm not making this video to spread hate on Ryan and his parents, but gosh, does that video look extremely awkward to make. Now honestly, if we're keeping it real, if I was making the same amount of money as Ryan did from these videos, I'd be doing the exact same stuff. This dude is 13 years old with a net worth of like 100 million. Do you guys know the things I'd be doing for 100 million?
So I have like the biggest question right now. How long is Ryan gonna be doing YouTube videos for? Been doing this since he was 3 years old?
Surely Ryan's parents have broken some sort of child labor laws across the past couple years, because there is no way it is legal to force a 3-year-old child to act in your YouTube videos so you can print millions of dollars. God damn, I need to find myself a toddler and start making toy reviews. Okay, I sounded a bit like Chris Tyson there.
So, like, he's still going. He's, in theory, damn near 13 years old, I think. And he's still going. And some of these are like semi-daily too. Like, it's just weird. Like, even last month, he announced a full-blown movie.
Again, I cannot repeat this enough. Who cares what he does doing because he is printing money. Like in this clip, I saw it said he's on track to become a child billionaire.
You're on track to be a teenage billionaire. How much does Ryan get to keep of all this?
Oh, be careful, Ryan.
This is definitely the face of a man that takes 100% of Ryan's money. I'm joking, by the way. Ryan's dad, please don't sue me into the ground. I promise I love watching the toy reviews.
Prized possession. I need to beef up the security so that the Red Titan comic book stops falling into the wrong hands. So I've hired a security guard to watch it 24/7. While I wait for him to get here, check out this clip from Ryan's World of Movies.
So yeah, basically the whole issue with Ryan is that it seems like his parents are way too greedy and are basically willing to do anything for money. Because the truth is, he is becoming a teenager and entering an important stage of his life which will define the man he becomes. So with the fact that they haven't analyzed the situation and maybe thought like, hey, as parents, we should probably stop making our child make toy reviews even though he has a deep voice and is about to grow facial hair. Like, it's insane. All they can see is the money. And genuinely, I feel bad for him because how do you turn up to school the next day after you just recorded a toy opening with your parents? But honestly, the thing is, he has been doing it since he was like 4 years old, so it might just be normal for him and he may not realize his parents are milking him.
I mean, to Sean and Loanne, how did this all start?
Well, Brian been watching YouTube ever since he's little, and he started watching other kids on YouTube, And one day he just come up and asked me, can we start a YouTube channel? There's other kids on here. It looks like they're having fun. Then I started watching YouTube videos with him, and it really did look like the family on there, their kids on there were having a blast together. So I thought, why not? We can use it as a fun experience, bonding experience together. So decided to just take him to the store and then just ask him, what toy do you want to play with? And that's just how it got started.
Now yeah, I guess that's fine. The child went up to the parents and asked them if he can make videos like the one he watches. That's great. But come on, he's nearly 13 now. Let him maybe start doing different content. Vlogs, gaming, sports, gym, or whatever he's interested. Why sabotage his teenage years just to make a little bit more money? I mean, their net worth is apparently 100 million already. Like, if you gave me 1% of that, which is 1 million, I would be happy for like 20 years. It just shows how greedy they are.
Would you rather Valentine's edition or drink a gallon of strawberry milk? I think eat a million candy hearts. No way!
And honestly, I think to brighten up the mood, we need to take a deep dive into the comments. I know he gets bullied for this. I mean, I cannot say this enough because I know I've said it a million times already. But how is Ryan supposed to pull any hot chicks when his whole life is about unboxing toys, man? Poor guy. The bills cannot be this high. This is exactly what I just said. They've already made 100 million, like guys. You've made your money go and enjoy the fruits of your labor now. You don't need to now go on and continue making videos until Ryan literally passes away. Let him enjoy his life instead of making him a slave. What's bad about this is Ryan has expressed wanting to quit, but his parents force him to keep going. Yep, this clearly shows that his parents are just greedy and want the money, even though this can seriously affect Ryan's life. Now recently, Ryan and his parents also did this podcast interview kind of thing, which honestly was incredibly sad to watch, as all they did was speak about money and the financial side of things. Like, goddamn, they seriously only care about money.
You're on track to be a teenage billionaire. How much does Ryan get to keep of all this?
Oh, be careful, Ryan.
People recognize me and be like, hey, you're Ryan. I just realized that you're famous.
What's been the biggest sponsorship that you've said no to?
Millions of dollars. We lost revenue of 70%.
I just pushed through.
You're the first creator ever to have a Macy's Day Parade balloon and to have a product in Walmart that sold over $1 billion.
To just go from just a regular immigrant family and then now full-length feature movie, that's a big step.
If like Ryan were to call it quits, what would happen?
Oh, and by the way, fun fact, Ryan's mum was once jailed for shoplifting $93 worth of clothes from a JCPenney store in Houston, which is, damn, look how times have changed. Went from stealing $100 worth of clothes to stealing their son's childhood. Okay, that one may have been a bit too far. But to be honest, even though I have been completely slating Ryan's parents in this interview, they expressed a lot of care about his education and how they want him to prioritize his future.
He's doing really well at school right now. So maybe main focus is his school.
Yeah. If he came to you and said, hey, Dad, I want to be an engineer, Mom, I want to be a teacher like you, I don't want, what do you say? Like, it's okay to like leave all of this behind if like Ryan were to call it quits? Like what would happen to pursue something else?
Yeah, for sure, because,
Now, it's great that his parents are saying these things, that they want Ryan to do whatever he wants and they want him to live his life, but they need to actually put these words into action, because there is no reason a man who is going through puberty needs to be recording toy reviews. Ryan is going to have a full beard, wife and kids, yet his parents are still going to force him to make videos. So before the billions of dollars and their own TV shows, Ryan and his parents were just a normal family making YouTube videos on the internet, where they would be mostly recording Ryan playing with toys and just having fun as a kid. Now look, that's fine, just an innocent kid playing with toys as kids do. But over the years, of course, Ryan got older. We're now in Big 2024, he's 13, and guess what? He's still making videos playing with toys.
Your favorite color?
I want to see if your truth detector works.
Well, obviously. Watch out.
Is there a consequence?
It's gonna happen.
Goodbye, Ryan. What is that?
That's why you cannot lie. Daddy, you're up.
Well, I'm next. Oh, I'm nervous.
I mean, goddamn, are they that desperate for more money that they're willing to milk Ryan dry like some ancient cow who's got nothing left in her? It is estimated that this little kiddo, which I mean I have to give him his props, is almost a teenage billionaire, which is great. I mean, look at this young smart businessman setting up his family for generations just because he plays with toys. But do they still need to keep going? Ryan is 13 now and they have already made billions. I mean, 13. At 13, I was hanging out with my friends, playing sports, video games, and going to parties. Ryan is sat in his room being forced to play with toys by his parents. I wouldn't be surprised if there was a gun behind that camera. And the thing is, Ryan's parents try to excuse this by saying something like, oh, well, we let him keep all the money and that we are not forcing him, but in reality, how much of a choice does he actually have? I mean, just watch this clip of when an interviewer asks him about how much money Ryan keeps. His dad's reaction is a little bit fishy.
You're on track to be a teenage billionaire. How much does Ryan get to keep of all this?
Oh, be careful, Ryan.
I mean, his father didn't even let him answer the question before he warned him that his answer may have consequences once they get back home. I mean, everyone knows something is going on behind the scenes. Let's just read some of the comments. I can't wait for the real Ryan interview in 10 years and not just his parents being interviewed with him present. I wonder if when he gets older, he'll become a lot more unfiltered about how he feels. The fact he looked so surprised and looked at his parents shows that Ryan has never seen the money. Bro had no idea he was on track to become a billionaire. Yeah, this is dodgy, they need to be investigated. But let's put the money aside for a second. I was thinking like Ryan's parents there for a second. Let's talk about Ryan's childhood and even now, his teenage years. Because in reality, this content isn't just a kid having fun. This is hours and hours of work every single day. And they no longer just have a YouTube channel, they now have TV shows, merch, their own toys, and are now doing interviews. Where Ryan has to act in all of these, this little guy is probably putting in more than 40 hours a week. And it's clear Ryan didn't have a normal childhood. Just look at this clip of him discussing what it felt like to be famous at a young age.
Yeah. I realized when people recognize me and like, hey, you're Ryan. I just realized that we were famous off of it and that it was a thing that people didn't normally do.
Yeah, but we want to make sure, the YouTube doesn't become just majority of Ryan's, daily life. So one thing we prioritize was his schoolwork and his private life.
I mean, there is just no way he's answering these truthfully. I mean, not only are both his parents literally staring into his souls, almost like guards making sure he doesn't overstep any boundaries, but then his father interrupts him literally after 5 seconds of speaking, and let's not forget that awful fake laugh. The thing is, in big businesses like Hollywood, they have laws protecting kids and their money. For example, the Coogan Law, which protects their funds to make sure they're not being exploited or abused. Now that's great for the people in the dreamland of Hollywood, but Ryan, well, he's not in Hollywood. He's a normal little kid in America posting videos on social media. There are no laws protecting him at all. Now just watch this clip of when Ryan's parents explain how they're saving all the money and how they've set up all these trust funds. Then go look at Ryan's face whilst they're saying all of this, and it literally looks like this is the first time he's ever heard the word money.
I feel like you guys have created generational wealth. How do you think about the future of that as a family?
Managing this scale of the business, this scale of the finance. So when we first saw the initial success of the YouTube, that was the first thing we kind of learned, how to manage assets for our kids and then for his future kids. So trust fund and then multiple different the wealth management groups who oversee Ryan's finance. So there's a lot of kid talent. You see on the news that they regret how money was managed when they were little. So that's one thing we want to make sure is when he grows up, his assets are maintained and even grow. When he's at the right age, he has the money that he could use for his new future project when he grows up. So we setting up multiple different accounts right now. At the moment.
Yeah, because I know Hollywood has the Coogan account where they keep money for child actors, 15% put in a fund. It sounds like you guys are doing something similar and kind of setting a precedent for other kids on YouTube. Is that right?
Yeah, that's completely right. And if you think about it, 15% is not that much. So Coogan, the law is bare minimum, right, for kids. We're going up and beyond. For Ryan's Mystery Playdate, we put 100% of the Ryan's talent fee to his Coogan account, and for his trust account too, and we make sure he has a stake of the company, and that's the one way that we feel like we can set him his course for his future. So
I mean, just look how Ryan's dad is stuttering and jibber-jabbering all over the place. Let Ryan speak. I mean, come on. They try to act all noble and high because they gave 100% of the earnings from Ryan's TV show straight into his account, when in reality, that is such a tiny amount compared to his other huge projects, which rake in hundreds of millions of dollars every year. Ryan's dad tries to say things like, oh, you know, we give him money and like trust funds and stuff. Well, guess what? Ryan's dad, it's easy to throw around vague terms like that in an attempt to fool us, but we know you're keeping all that money. He even tries to say like, oh, you know, we gave Ryan some shares. Like what? This is Ryan's company built off of his face and acting. Why is he not the CEO, the majority shareholder? What do you mean you've given him some shares?
You know, I wanted to be an astronaut, then I wanted to be an NBA player. I'm curious, like, what do you want to be when you grow up?
When I grow up, I want to be like an animator. I think it's really fun to do because like the drawing, and then like at the end you get to see the whole thing and see what you've like worked on the whole time. And like sometimes I can see like the drafts first, and then after I can see like the full thing. And it's really cool to see how it changes over time.
Yeah, you were in the front.
Like, Ryan, are you going to keep making YouTube videos, given your interest to be an animator and maybe go behind the camera like as you get older?
I think I will keep going for a while, yeah.
I mean, just look at the way he has to look at his dad every time he says something that isn't exactly what they want to hear. I mean, in this clip, Ryan just admitted that he wants to keep on making kids toy review YouTube videos for a while. But does he really? Or did he just say that because both his parents were literally hawking down on him? You're telling me a 13-year-old kid now in high school wants to keep on making this style of content? Catered to literal year-olds? I mean, just imagine this. Ryan is now entering his teenage years where he will be getting into conflicts with people at his school and will also begin dating girls. Now, what happens when people begin mocking him for what his parents put him up to? The guys on the football team are going to bully him every single day, and even the girls will probably be turned off by him because they will only view him as that little kid on YouTube, not the grown man he is slowly turning into.
999,998, 999,999, 1 million. Morning workout complete. I'm ready for superhero school. While I head to school, check out this clip from Ryan's World, the movie, Titan Universe.
I mean, just look at the way he has to look at his dad every time he says something that isn't exactly what they want to hear. I mean, in this clip, Ryan just admitted that he wants to keep on making kids toy review YouTube videos for a while. But does he really? Or did he just say that because both his parents were literally hawking down on him? You're telling me a 13-year-old kid now in high school wants to keep on making this style of content? Catered to literal year-olds? I mean, just imagine this. Ryan is now entering his teenage years where he will be getting into conflicts with people at his school and will also begin dating girls. Now, what happens when people begin mocking him for what his parents put him up to? The guys on the football team are going to bully him every single day, and even the girls will probably be turned off by him because they will only view him as that little kid on YouTube, not the grown man he is slowly turning into. Now, forcing their kid behind the camera wouldn't be the only shady and dark thing Ryan's parents have done, as not only do they have a criminal past, but they were also once investigated by the Federal Trade Commission. The NBC would publish an article which read, "Hit YouTube channel Ryan Toys Review accused of deceiving kids into watching sponsored content." A complaint filed with the Federal Trade Commission accuses the online wunderkind of subjecting preschoolers to ads disguised as toy reviews. A top YouTube toy reviewer is facing accusations of misleading preschoolers into watching ads by not disclosing sponsorship deals.
As a dad, again, I think about when I put my daughter in front of the TV, she watches YouTube. She doesn't know what's sponsored content versus organic. You guys were investigated by the FTC about that. Like, how do you think about like what you choose as a sponsored piece of content? Because that's part of the business and diversification is so important versus not.
I guess clear division is the whether you're endorsed or not, right? If you receive the free product or if you have received any monetize from the company to promote the certain products, then I think that's the promotion, that's a commercial. So that's where we draw the line.
Yeah.
And that's exactly the guideline from the FTC too.
Now, not only would Ryan be making videos, merch, toys, but also movies. In 2024, Ryan's World released Ryan's World the movie Titan Universe Adventure. Now the thing is, the movie made a horrifyingly low $423,000 at the US box office. Now of course, this was a massive loss for the family. They probably spent tens of millions of dollars making this movie in hopes of making a massive chunk of money. But reality hit them hard, and it was a massive loss. The issue was, these guys tried making a movie for toddlers, Ryan's original audience 8 years ago. But the thing is, Ryan's audience grew up, just like Ryan did. Those same fans and viewers watching him 8 years ago have aged 8 years and are now also becoming teenagers like Ryan, no longer just little toddlers. I mean, to show you how bad of a flop it was, just look at this clip of an entire movie theater screening the film being empty.
What got us out of Dark Titan's lair? You need us. She has a point.
How's this for a point? I'm the big brother, I know best, and I'm in charge. The twins go home before they get us into any more trouble.
Now, funnily enough, Ryan's parents would actually respond to this TikTok where they would say, "Thanks for showing up and watching. It's a movie about bonds between siblings. It's not always rainbow and sunshine, but at the end of the day, they learn to be there for each other. So at least they aren't too salty about it." Anyways, let's read what some people had to say about the movie's poor sales. Just let him retire. One channel alone has 50+ billion views. YT Kids pays less than normal YT, but it's still around 50 cents per 1,000 views. 100M just off ad revenue alone. Enough will never be enough. That is the issue on making a movie based on a YouTube channel for toddlers. Parents will not pay to watch something they hate and are available for free on the YouTube. I don't think iPad kids want to go to the movie theater. They just want to play and watch YouTube on their iPad. So it's clear even kids' parents are unhappy with the release of the movie. Everyone knows it's a cash grab. We know, the viewers' parents know, Ryan's parents know, and hopefully soon Ryan himself will realize. It's just sad. How much do you really need? Ryan's parents have been using him as a money printing machine since he was just a toddler, and it seems like they cannot stop themselves. It's like an addiction, just more and more and more and more and more money. Ryan's World has been one of the biggest success stories on YouTube, but when you take a closer look, it becomes clear that it's not just Ryan who's been driving the empire, it's his parents. Since Ryan was just a toddler, they've turned him into a money printing machine, churning out videos, brand deals, merchandise, and even a toy line. And despite already making billions, it seems like they can't stop. At this point, Ryan isn't a little kid anymore, he's a teenager. But the empire hasn't slowed down. His face is still plastered on everything from toothpaste to backpacks, and his schedule is likely packed with content creation and promotional work. The question is, how much is enough? His parents have built generational wealth, yet they continue to push this brand as though that they're just starting out. It's almost like an addiction, an endless need for more. More videos, more toys, more brand deals, but at what cost? Ryan's childhood has been shaped by the constant grind to maintain a billion-dollar brand. It's hard not to wonder if he'll look back and feel like his childhood was more about generating revenue than just being a kid. What's sad is that this isn't just about money, it's about boundaries. At some point, shouldn't Ryan's well-being come first? Hopefully, as he grows older, he'll realize the toll this has taken and find his own voice in deciding what his future should look like. For now though, it feels like Ryan is more of a product than a person, and that's a tough reality for any teenager to face. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Will Ryan be able to escape the custody of his trapping parents, or will he be stuck as a toddler forever? Hope you guys enjoyed. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you guys in the next one.